Minus. They trip-ended for me.
What going for the top speed. Right here I have the cheapest electric scooter, which only costs 550 euros and it goes to 100 kilometers. Plus we get the storage box. Let's test this baby out. If you live anywhere in Europe, usually you'll get to 5 to 7 working days. This company focuses on affordable stuff. Don't get me wrong, for this kind of money you'll get all the experiences needed. What I'm most interested about is what are we gonna get inside. We get the assembly instruction, front wheel, a seat and a doctor's operation helmet. This is how it looks unpacked. I was already missing some stuff, so all of the other mysteries inside this treasure box. We get the toolkit, a front light, an European charger, instruction booklet. And now let's assemble this bike. It's one of the easiest bikes I ever assembled. I start from the easiest. I chose to put on the front fender and then we put it the front wheel because it was hard to make the scooter stand up. I suggest you to assemble this step with somebody else's help. With the easy clap-on we have to prepare the front set, so we have to tighten all the screws, make sure it's all centered with the front wheel, connect the front light cables and of course the seat. So this is where we're starting our journey. When I saw this bag, it already synchronized me. This e-scooter is about the supermarkets. So today we're going to the furthest market. Because this bike, it said that it goes to 60 to 100 kilometers per charge. And the furthest market is in 20 kilometers. That means we should make it. We'll see how the scooter goes uphill. Let's go. On the tech specs, it's written it can go to 15%. Driving on 25 kilometers, we got it. This is all very easy, like assembling. Pressing the middle button, it turns on. The accelerator, you don't need to push it with your feet. It all goes from the start. On, off, turning on the front light. And we also have the corner signals. The front and rear brakes, a ring. These arrow buttons change the gear. We have first, second and third. And this is how it goes. And if you hold the accelerator, it turns on the autopilot. The icon looks like this. KUKIRIN is always above my expectations. Like hell, it goes very nicely. I think we can test the second gear because it's flat and no humans around. And this second gear goes maximally to 32 kilometers per hour. And now we're going for the top speed. I crossed the longest bridge and it's on the downhills. It's gonna be the max top speed. Let's go. Woohoo! Let's go. Still 37. Still 47. This is totally 47. So we got to 47 kilometers per hour on the downhill and the manufacturer stated that it can go up to 45 kilometers per hour. Scooter started to use the regenerative braking, which means it started to stop the bike and which also means it's more sustainable, saves more energy and more power. Technology wise is more efficient for sure. And so who likes to charge the batteries, right? Now let's get back to the power. So the company says that it can go to 100 kilometers. I really cannot expect that, but we'll test it out. Also, I can say it takes 8 hours to fully charge it. So you can already understand that this is a big battery. It also weighs 37 kilograms, not the frame specifically, but the battery really weighs a lot. And about the motor, we only have one motor on the rear wheel. It's 500 watts. It says that peak is at 800 watts and it goes to 45 kilometers per hour, but we already tested. It actually goes to 47 kilometers per hour. It's even better. With this kind of energy, you don't really need to think about the charging it constantly. The battery still doesn't drain. Now going 5 kilometers like this, I don't know. Feels like all the parts will come off. On Google Maps it shows that we still have quite a rough road, so I turned on the car mode and now it shows that I need to come back, but then we will get to normal civilized road and going all this way we'll reach the market. Advice for travelers: if you're traveling, travel like a car. Now I totally feel that this scooter is not for the off-road. These wavy roads are not good. Alright, before getting out from the town, I want to mention some stuff that I felt. First of all, is comfortability. The seat is very soft. I really like the seat that they invested to make the softest possible seat. But the suspension is another talk. This is the furthest road you can go, but if it's more rough, it's impossible. Like the one that I tried before, that was extreme road. It's not for this bike. They tried to make it like more for the off-road, but it still feels like it's more for the city vibe. Front shock suspension works. On the back it doesn't have it. It really feels feels that way. We have 16 kilometers to get to the legendary supermarket. We still need 10 kilometers. I don't know how is it gonna pass because we already have one of the barberry finished. I'm kind of nervous.
I turned on the podcast to pass the time.
So we just reached the town. I really got angry and nervous. We went to 30 to 40 kilometers per hour. And so for some reason, if you ride the bike, you get to 10 kilometers per hour and people don't care. But if you're with a scooter, people will beep. I don't get it. And we also lost Samsung buds. And I have an iPhone, so it's harder to find the buds. But we're close to the legendary shop. I hope we get some good ice cream and then we'll change the mood. Let's go.
What is happening now? The ambulance is driving. What kind of day is that?
Aš Alytaus atvykau su paspirtuku, bet nežinau, ar grįšiu šiandien. Nu, viskas. Kelionė baigėsi jau man.
Kodėl?
Įdėsiu į bagažinę atsigerti ir viskas.
Tai reikia dar nepirkti gerti. Ką dabar? Kelionė baigta, bet reikia grįžti kelyje?
Jo, tikiuosi neužlis.
Reikia grautis dabar.
Finally, we reached the goal. I bought the free juice, even though we didn't do any cardio at all. But still, let's take a sip. Now let's open the storage box. So this is the storage. If we put on the two bottles of Prime would fit perfectly. What if I put on top? Nah, it doesn't. Don't go too far with the scooter. Only take 2 primes of bottle. Now let's test the storage box noise level. Normal. I don't hear any additional noises. It really feels like there's nothing in there.
What?
Storage box is approved. We have 29 kilometers and 3 bars. So press that like button if you want to see more crazy adventures.
But before we get into the traveling video, I really want to talk about the specific design. So in front of me we have 14 inches pneumatic tires with a 2.5 width, which means with these measurements, they already fit on bikes for small kid bikes. It does look like the company is focused not only on the city, but also on the off-roads. Actually, I will test it out now. It is like a rocky road, so... It's not much of the traction. Yeah, it works. So we'll test it out later. I really don't want to mess out the field here. So talking about amortization, we have aluminum frame, which is lightweight metal, but the battery is big. Is it a problem? I don't think so. It means like we're gonna have a long range. We have very comfortable big seat, way bigger than any regular bicycle seat. I think it will do the job. And also the front shock suspension. Doesn't look like very seriously made. If there's only one suspension fork, I'm not sure if this will go on the off-road, but we'll test it out. You can store your bike anywhere in the car with one click. So now let's get to the car.
For example, if you don't finish your trip, claps off like this, we're putting inside. And yeah, it's very portable, yeah? It doesn't look that way. Minus, I think it could bend even more.
And also the wooden deck. It feels stiff. It has nice tattoos, KUKIRIN and C1 Pro. Better tell the friends that you have a Pro version. It's like an iPhone, you know, I have 15 and my friend has a 15 Pro. It's better to know this. I have like a regular city sneakers and it does feel stiff. The shoes won't slip off. Feels like the company did the job done. And also by the look, it's all black and we have like a nice wooden deck. Isn't it beautiful?
We only have 2 bars left, already getting tired.
I'm literally shocked, guys. We still have 2 bars left, like the same time we were in the other town. We drove 10 kilometers more on the 2nd and the 3rd gear. Still the battery is still the same. I'm quite shocked. 44 kilometers with only electric acceleration. This is insane, guys. How do you make profit, really? Even you have a bag, like buy this.
Now I'm only going on the 2nd gear. It's really getting harder. But we got 48 kilometers for this kind of price. This is the cheapest 500 euros for this kind of range. Okay, the battery ended, it wants to start, it stops, you know.
We got to 49 kilometers, which is not bad, but the manufacturer told us that you can get to 60 kilometers minimum. But don't you remember how much does this e-scooter cost? It's really one of the cheapest products I ever tested. KUKIRIN makes decent quality and those batteries are unbeatable. It's really energy efficient. But if I really want to be picky, if you really want to go abroad to the rural areas, to the city, they try to make it like it's for more of the off-road look, but it doesn't make that kind of function because the suspension is not that that advanced. You really need to know on which road are you going. But if you want to be a courier with the food delivery, this bike is perfect. I totally recommend this courier for city. Don't go anywhere else. This is my discount code. You will get even more cheaper. Write a comment what other product I should review. Please give it a like and we'll make another epic adventure. See you soon, guys. Bye bye.